you hear about these books that they put on, these explicit, pretty ridiculous, pretty insane, pretty graphic and disgusting books that are being widely available around school libraries around the world, around the country. People are wondering, why is this stuff the way it is? You look at what you see online. A Twitter commentator named My Orthodox Journey says the public school system is a Darwinian social experiment that is doing different experiments in each school, similar to how the vaults in the video game Fallout 3 and the show Lost had a social agenda for experimenting on its inhabitants. Either that or it's just Lord of the Flies in real life. But people should feel that way. They should see this. It's a mixture of both, in my opinion. They are doing social experiments. They are doing social conditioning in schools. That's a fact. That's not a conspiracy. That's literally what the founders of the modern day public school system that still have their impact in our society consider themselves to be. Social engineers. They believe that human beings could be shaped through behavioral psychology. Look at B.F. Skinner, the founder of behavioral psychology. You look at the views of folks like John Dewey, the Dewey Decimal System named after him. These are things that we have to realize, these worldviews that these people have, they don't come in a vacuum. They come out of a long history of people embracing a view in which people thought that they have a right to socially experiment and, behaviorally manipulate the minds of people to make them into something better than the way they were created. That is the worldview behind our school system today. And I don't want to mess around the edges. I don't want to tinker around with this curriculum or that curriculum. We have to make a full exit. I understand that's a challenge to folks. I get it. But I'm going to keep saying it until we keep normalizing this as the standard that we have to do, because time is of the essence. We need to build new school systems. And we need to reform the ones from within at the same time. But the full attention needs to be on getting people out and creating co-op schools, micro schools, home schools, private schools, pod schools, whatever, to get people to learn, think critically. That's what we need. That's how we get a renaissance. I guarantee you we will have that renaissance we all want when we can create diversity in education options. I guarantee you that's one of the critical foundations. Because what schooling has become when it's monopolized by government is a religious institution that promotes faith and trust in government and its giant corporate allies. So you will get fake history. You will get fake economics. Fake history that supports the American government and its latest fads of wokeism and stupidity. You will get fake economics that justifies government spending trillions of dollars, robbing you of your purchasing power, destroying and creating inflation that destroys your savings. You will get studies about human behavior that are going to make you feel like it's perfectly fine to be a person with nihilism as their worldview, to believe that whatever feels good, pursue it. The schooling system is designed before you even get a single textbook in your hands or a single lecture. The aesthetic of the school is designed to imitate a prison. It's designed to create conformity and factory mindset, demoralization. It's ugly. The food is seed oil filled. They put giant fences like you're in a prison around them. You get a bell beeping every time you want to learn. I want to stay on this topic. I feel like I've got something breakthrough here. It doesn't matter. You're a cookie cutter human being. You shut down what you're doing. You shut down your thinking. You scramble to get to the next class. Teachers who have creative ideas are squeezed by the system, overloaded with bureaucratic busy work. Schools are completely filled with top-heavy bureaucratic folks who are making tons of money just coming up with ridiculous, stupid theories and policies to inflict upon the teachers and students. They're constantly playing around with faddish, dumb ideas from giant money-making machines that convince school boards to give them millions of dollars to create stupid sensitivity training or some new method of math or some new method of this or that, all designed to just siphon the loot that these school monopolies have from the taxpayer against their will towards special interests. It is crony capitalism at the core. It is coercive at the core. It is dehumanizing at the core, and it's something we have to rethink. We all know good memories from our childhood. We all can remember good memories in school. Well, school was pretty good for me. But that doesn't matter. That's nostalgia. That's blinding your ability to see what it is and what it's becoming worse and worse every day. And it's not that expensive. There's more school choice policies opening up with vouchers and things if you need that kind of financial incentive. But there are small schools forming together where families get a highly qualified, very intelligent, very educated teacher to provide fantastic quality, diversity of skill sets, knowledge for their students. That's happening every day as people exit monopoly schooling. And it's hard to do something different from what you're used to doing. It's hard. People want to do what they did. I did it and they do it. I went to this university, they should go to that university. I went to this school, they should go to that school. And that's nostalgia, that's sentimentalism, that's distracting you from the reality of what people are going through. People should not be treating their kids as if they are lab rats to be socially experimented on by people who have not a clue what is in the best interest of those people, but think they do and have a self-righteous arrogance about their zeal to conform people to some stupid ideology that a few billion-dollar oligarchs have massaged into pop culture entertainment. We need smarter people than that to educate our kids. We don't need people who are stupidly owned by their minds. Their minds are completely owned by some stupid fad they saw on Netflix. We don't need people who watch BuzzFeed and think they're reading a sophisticated piece of literature telling our children what they should desire if they are different. We don't need people who stupidly buy these sick, sadistic theories and abusive behaviors of theorists like John Money and folks like Michel Foucault, folks like Kinsey, all with really dark, disgusting, horrible things in the way they treated their people with their research. I've written about this. You can look it up. We don't need people who are so arrogantly ignorant that when they receive terms like gender identity, they don't even know where it came from. They don't know that it came from sadistic abusers like John Money. They just, oh, that's trendy. That's cool. I saw it in a Hollywood movie. I saw my favorite actress or influencer do a hashtag with that same word. Therefore, cool people like it. I want to have high social status. I want to feel with it. I want to have the same haircut as the cool people. I want to have the same language as the cool people. I want to be talking and be like those cool people that Hollywood, CIA-owned Hollywood, garbage Hollywood, oligarch-owned Hollywood, war machine-loving Hollywood, sick, sadistic, Keynesian economics-based Hollywood. I want to be like that. They don't know who Keynes is. They don't know who John Money is, but they sure have a stupid zeal to teach your kids to think terrible, horrible things about themselves. So when will we take the real dramatic action to get the heck out of those garbage places? There are great people there. So it's a paradox. I want to affirm the folks who are still in that thing that are trying to be a light, but that's not the primary focus right now. The primary focus is exit a dying machine before it destroys people, before it demoralizes and dehumanizes people. We need a new generation with a Renaissance mindset. We need people who can think about physics the way we do. We need people who or think creatively about physics in ways that actually make sense. We need people who can understand history as it actually is, not as the stupid cookie cutter TV massage version of it is. We need people who know how to question war propaganda. We need people who understand how to tolerate diverse opinions and not get completely owned and start being physically violent if someone says something that hurts their feelings. We need people who, but you can't do that by pawning it off to some bureaucrat in a monopoly-based schooling system that has no monetary incentive to pursue excellence as their customers actually want, because they get captured money stolen from the public without any feedback mechanism by the way they do. Do you see what I mean? If you want to withdraw your funding from the government schooling system, you do not have that right. That's called captured loot. That's theft. It's stealing. It's against moral decency. It's against social justice.